Ever wondered what it would be like if you could create a fantasy world that could be used to help get over your troubles and what have you? Well, in 2007, we actually got a really good film on it, what it would be like. So here it is. This is my review of a film I was originally to review 3 years ago for its anniversary and failed. But here it is, at long last, my review of Bridge to Terabithia. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to you as the Big D, and I hope you're hearing me loud and clear. I've been a little under the weather lately, and I'm sorry I've got my fan going. I need to have it on so this way it doesn't get all hot in my room, and I do apologize. Anyway, well, I'm here with another review. Today, I'm going to bring to you the 2007 fantasy drama flick Bridge to Terabithia, released by Disney along with Walden Media, directed by Gabor Supo in his directorial debut. From a screenplay by David L. Patterson and Jeff Stockwell. The film is based on the 1977 novel the same name by Katherine Patterson, starring Josh Hutcherson, AnnaSophia Robb, Zoe Deschanel, and Robert Patrick. The film focuses on two adolescent children who create Terabithia, a fantasy world, which they use to cope with their troubled reality and spend their free time together. The film was released on February 16th, 2007 by Disney and and also in Australia through North America and Australia, that's it. And everywhere else by Summit Entertainment. Eventually did pretty well. The original novel was based on events from the childhood of Patterson's son, who went on to write the film's screenplay, which that was really something. So, and it got a good response from the critics and what have you. So let's get into the story. Jess Aarons, a 12-year-old aspiring artist, lives with his financially struggling family in Lark Creek. He rides the bus to school with his younger sister, May Bell, and is often bullied by a girl named Janice Avery. One day, Jess befriends a new student named Leslie Berg. At recess, he enters a running event for which he has been training at home. Leslie also enters and manages to win, frustrating Jess. On the way home, Jess and Leslie learn they are next door neighbors. Later that day, it is discovered that Jess has a difficult relationship with his father, Jack, who spends more time with Maybelle. Due to their financial struggles, his mother, Mary, also forces him to wear his older sister's sneakers. One day at school, Leslie compliments Jess's drawing ability and they become friends. After school, they venture into the woods and swing across a creek on a rope. Jess and Leslie find an abandoned treehouse on the other side and invent a new world which they call Terabithia. Excuse me. For the next few days, Jess and Leslie spend their free time in the treehouse getting to know each other. Leslie gives Jess an art kit on his birthday. Jess becomes angry with Jack for his attitude towards him, and he loses his belief in Terabithia and refuses its existence the next day at school. Later, Jess apologizes to Leslie by giving her a puppy, whom she names Prince Terrian, PT for short. Once in Terabithia, they encounter various creatures, including a giant troll resembling Janice. At school, Leslie becomes frustrated by Janice's bullying. Jess and Leslie play a prank on Janice, and she is embarrassed in front of everyone on the bus. Leslie introduces Jess to her parents, and they help paint their house. At school, Leslie discovers from Janice that her bullying is due to her abusive father, and the two become friends, with Janice later befriending Jess as well. Jess and Leslie take PT to Terabithia, where they fight off several creatures resembling their bullies, this time with the troll as their ally. Now for the final act and ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below. Now, as I count down, if you've seen this movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. The next morning, Miss Edmonds, the music teacher whom Jess has a crush on, calls to invite him on a one-on-one field trip to an art museum. When Jess returns home, Jack reveals that Leslie died after hitting her head and drowning in the creek when the rope she used snapped. Jess first denies it and runs to check on Leslie, but he notices the severed rope as well as emergency vehicles surrounding her house before eventually accepting her death. The following day, Jess and his parents visit the Burke family to pay their respects. Leslie's father, Bill, tells Jess she loved him and thanks him for being the best friend she ever had. Since she never had friends at her old school, Jess feels overwhelming guilt for Leslie's death, imagining the Dark Master from Terabithia chasing after him before breaking down into tears. But Jack comforts and consoles him by telling him to keep Leslie's memory alive. Jess decides to reimagine Terabithia and builds a bridge across the river to welcome a new ruler. He invites Maybelle to Terabithia, and the siblings agree to rule together with Jess as king and Maybelle as a princess. End of story. So, what did I think of Bridge to Terabithia? I gotta say, it's a very nice film. I hadn't seen this film for a long time. Now, I recall renting this on DVD, though, long before the Red Box, well, we still have the rental store. I must say it's a good one. And I will say it has a lot of great emotional depth to it with amazing sequences of fantasy and what have you. Now, actually, this wasn't the first time this was adapted. Now, there actually was a Take a Bridge to Terabithia done for the PBS show Wonderworks back in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. Upon its release, Bridge to Terabithia did very well, going on to make $137 million worldwide on its $17 million budget. The critics praised a lot of this, the visuals, the cast performances, and faithfulness to the source material. Now, most of the critics praised AnnaSophia Robb's portrayal of Leslie. One critic enjoyed her engaging performance and thought only the story's vibrant young heroine draws us in enough to care. Bridge to Terabithia currently sits at 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, where they say it is a faithful adaptation of a beloved children's novel and a powerful portrayal of love, loss, and imagination through children's eyes. Metacritic has a score of 74, and audiences surveyed by CinemaScore gave this an A minus. Real Views, James Berardinelli called this this easily the best family feature of the early year. The Washington Post praised the script for being utterly recognizable and authentic, and thought Robb and Hutcherson were perfectly cast, and that the final 5 minutes succumbed to oversweet sentiment. Viewers would remember the film's warmth and respect with which it pays homage to the first love. I couldn't agree more. Well, not all reviews were positive, but I don't want to get into that subject, okay? But anyway, after that, the film did get nominated for a few awards. It got nominated for a Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Young Actress for AnnaSophia Robb, while Josh Hutcherson was nominated for Best Performance by a Young Actor at the Saturn Awards. But they didn't win. However, they did win at the Young Artist Awards, where Hutcherson won Best Performance by a Leading Young Actor, and AnnaSophia Robb won Best Performance by a Leading Young Actress. And Bailey Madison, who I'll get to in a bit, won Best Performance for a Young Actress 10 and under. Those three, along with the rest of the children in the film, won the Best Performance in a Feature Film by a Young Ensemble Cast, and it also won Best Family Feature Film, Fantasy or Musical. Henceforth, it won all 5 of its Young Artist Award nominations, which that's really something. The music for this film was composed by Aaron Zigman. And I gotta say, he does a really good job on this and what have you. And of course, Zingman had recently done the score for Flicka, which was a reboot of an old film that Fox released the previous year. And I must say, it is really good. And that's no lie. Now, for our cast of characters, we have Josh Hutcherson playing Jess. He's very good. After he had recently appeared in RV the previous year, and he'd go on to be in the Hunger Games series and others. And he's still doing some stuff to this day. It's very good. AnnaSophia Robb, who recently did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Because of Winn-Dixie, which was a recent title from Walden, played Leslie. I've got to say, her performance is absolutely very, very good. And the emotional depth between those two make this movie superb. Bailey Madison plays Maybelle. I must say, she's very good. Zoe Deschanel played Miss Edmonds. She's good. Robert Patrick played Jack, Jess and Maybelle's father. Kate Butler played Mary, the two kids' mother. And there's many others and what have you, so you gotta admit the cast is pretty good and what have you. So with everything said, I think Bridge to Terabithia is an amazing film. I think your kids will enjoy because it's got a great atmosphere, it's got great visual effects, great score, great direction, a great story, and great characters, and a cast that does a great job in playing them. So with everything said, would I recommend Bridge to Terabithia? The answer would be yes. Go for it. Bridge to Terabithia is worth looking into. So, what did you think of Bridge to Terabithia? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, make it grow, and make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel, get them to know me. Maybe they'd like to be a part of my Big D Nation. Share my vids with your friends if you like as well. Also, I'm only 8 subscribers away from 900. Keep it up. Excuse me. Join me next time when I review another Disney film, one that I feel is very underrated, and it's Tuck Everlasting. So if you like this, check out my reviews for these other 2 films that Disney did with Walden. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe from 2005. The upper right-hand corner is my review of its sequel, Prince Caspian, which will be released a year after Bridge to Terabithia. I will review Voyage of the Dawn Treader later on this year. Or if you'd like, check out my review of this film that really put AnnaSophia Robb on the map, Because of Winn-Dixie from 2005 in the bottom left-hand corner. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.